wants to talk about affordability and make New York City more affordable for families. Andrew Cuomo is spending his campaign evidently out just grabbing up as much money as he can from millionaires and billionaires who are unhappy that someone is a mayoral candidate in New York City and didn't start by bending a knee to the billionaires to say what would make your life better. Instead, this is a man who ran for mayor of New York City by saying what will make New York City work better for working people. That's what this campaign is all about. And when Andrew Cuomo is shocked to discover that's actually what New Yorkers want, and that he thinks the right response is get me some billionaires to put some money in to put a stop to that, that says a lot about Andrew Cuomo and who he thinks New York City should work for. So anybody who thinks New York City should work only for the billionaires probably should go with Andrew Cuomo, but anybody who thinks it should work for the people of New York City who are here doing the work every day, for the families who want to live in this city and be able to afford housing and childcare, anyone who thinks that the role of the mayor is to make life work better for working people should be here with Zohran. That's why I'm here.
Okay, I'm telling you right now, there must have made a deal. Some sort of, back room, back alley, because there's no Democrat, no prominent Democrat that will endorse this guy other than, the wackadoodles like Ocasio-Cortez. No one is endorsing him. How could you? You are endorsing the anti-police candidate, the anti-capitalism. You're voting for the anti-America. This is amazing to me. Here's the crazy part. He is now the leader of their party, whether they know it or not, whether they want to admit it or not. Do you really believe that Hakeem Jeffries is the leader of the party? Is he really leading the Democratic Party? You really think that Chuck Schumer is leading the Democratic Party? If Zohran Mamdani were to have a rally in New York, who do you think will come out? They'd have droves of people everywhere. Okay? If Hakeem Jeffries were to hold a rally, he'd probably get 5 or 6 people, all related to him. This dude here, that's the party now. This is it. And so you asked to, you're just making this up. You're just mad that he's winning. It's like, no, I'm telling you, he's the actual leader. As I said, see, Hakeem Jeffries, he has the name badge. He's just a manager because he has the name badge. Zohran Mamdani, he's the actual leader. If you've ever worked in corporate America, you'd know this dynamic. It's played out over and over and over again, where you have a legitimate leader and then you have the manager. The two are rarely the same. Nobody's listening to Hakeem Jeffries, but I'm amazed at how allergic the Democratic Party is to actual reality. And here it is.
You mentioned Mamdani, and you are in New York, sort of speaking in behalf of him to a certain extent. I wonder, though, often we see this, and this is a local election. New York does not operate in a vacuum. It competes with other cities. And so this idea of somehow raising taxes on the wealthiest New Yorkers, who, by the way, I would point out, pay roughly 15% of their income right now between city and state, raising taxes on them will simply drive them away. Shouldn't the focus of a mayor be on delivering services to the constituents of the city and doing that by raising the most revenue as possible without chasing businesses and the high-income taxpayers out of the city, because they can go to Austin, they can go to Dallas, they can go to Atlanta, they can go to Nashville. This is your issue. It's a national issue, not a local issue.
The issue is affordability. Do you know how many working families are chased out of New York City every day because they can't afford housing, they can't afford groceries, they can't afford child care? What Zohran is saying is, I want people to be able to afford to live in New York City. That's what keeps it a vibrant city. That's what makes people want to live
Nobody
here.
disagrees with that, Senator, but raising taxes in order to do it?
Oh,
why
my
is that
goodness.
the answer?
Oh, dear. Are you worried that billionaires are going to go hungry?
No, I'm worried that they're going to leave and spend their money elsewhere.
You know, they've threatened to do that over and over and over.
And they have. They've left.
But here's the thing.
And Goldman Sachs, when they create new jobs, they do it in Dallas. And Blackstone won't build a new headquarters. And go on and on. You mentioned Mamdani, and you are in New York, sort of talking.
Look, they're already leaving. Like, they won't build a headquarters there. They're already leaving. Grocery stores, they're already packing their bags. Okay, businesses are going to bolt because they know what's coming down the pike. See, when you ask a Democrat, how do you create wealth? Their mind just goes, tax. We got to raise taxes. We need to tax the rich, tax the rich. That's how they see actually creating wealth. And they don't see, no, businesses create wealth. CEOs create wealth. Viable companies produce wealth. And hang on a second. And you got to see this, man, because if this doesn't happen, then New York is done. Here, take a look at this. You see that? Zohran is already the front runner. So if Andrew Cuomo and Eric Adams do not bow out and just allow Curtis to get those extra votes, because there will be like an anti, Zohran vote, that guy's going to win. Now, my guess is Andrew ain't going to drop out. Eric ain't going to drop out. They're politicians, so they're full of themselves. I got to tell you, man, the writing's on the wall. Everybody knows. And by the way, for those of you who do not know, he is the anti-police candidate.
Defund the NYPD. The entirety of the push is defund the NYPD and refund all of these different social services and things that actually create safety.
I am not defunding the police. I am not running to defund the police.
Defund the NYPD.
You see how he did that? He just flips. Why? Because he knew, I can't say that out loud. He can't say it out loud. He used to say it out loud. He just can't do that anymore. If you think that he's going to get there and all of a sudden he has a change of heart, he thinks the police are the problem, not the criminals. Wow, man. Elizabeth Warren, you jumped the shark. There's a reason Hakeem will not endorse him, where Chuck Schumer won't endorse him. There's a reason for it. Wow. I'm going to tell you, that endorsement will not age well. That's it for now. If you like this video, smash the like button and subscribe. And if you're following me on Rumble, please press that follow button. And until the next time, God bless.